Hey guys, welcome back to Black Dog Sailing. It's January 1st, New Year's Day. Hope everybody had a really good New Year's. I'm down here tied up at the Hampton Yacht Club getting ready for the New Year's Day race. There's about 30 boats that are brave enough to come out here on the first of the year. It's actually not too bad. It's about, 48 to 50 degrees, supposed to get up to 53. Very light winds. There's not much wind blowing that surface around. You can see this. Pretty calm here in Hampton Creek, but got a bunch of crew coming. We just had the skipper's meeting, and should be a real good day. So we'll see you out there. Here we are just after we arrived at Hampton Yacht Club. We have one of our good friends rafted up on the outside of us, and we tied up at the T-head at the end of one of their piers. We walked up to the yacht club itself. They have some really nice docks here. Several of them are brand new. And we were heading on up to get our breakfast. Hampton Yacht Club has some very nice facilities. And on this day, they put on a very nice breakfast buffet for the skippers and the crew for the New Year's Day race. Here's the skipper's meeting going on. They just gave out general information about the course and the start and what everybody needed to be watching out for. Well, here we are out on the water. I understand that one boat didn't make it, so we have 29 boats, all milling around in the creek here, getting ready to start. This race, we do a chase start. Normally, everybody would start by class, but in a chase start, they do all of the correcting on your times beforehand. They know exactly how long the race is going to be, and they know what your rating is. And so we get out here, and they tell us what time to start. The race actually started at 11:30, and my start time was 11:37:08. And it's just my job to be right at the line and not right over it, as close to that time as possible, because they will call you back if you're over early. They started the race with the normal starting sequence, but then they blew the horn once every 5 minutes just to let people, help keep time of when your start is. And that was the 5 minute after the start horn, and I start in 2 minutes. Here we are starting. Got a good clean start, nobody around me, and actually it was on the correct side of the river for a change. And as soon as we started, as we cleared the yacht club, the breeze started to pick up just a little bit. You can see here in these pictures that we are starting to move along pretty nicely. And as we got out of the river, it actually got up to about 11 or 12 knots for a little while. So it was a really nice start. We were close hauled leaving the river. We were trying to stick to the starboard side of the river as much as we could because there were 2 marks at the end of the river that we had to honor, and I didn't want to have to tack before we got there. And it worked pretty well. The farther we got out, the wind picked up just a few more degrees on us, and we were able to steer above those marks. With a west wind blowing, it was a beat for the first 2.5, 3 miles to get up to the first mark. But it wasn't too bad. It was a beautiful day. You can see that the skies are starting to clear up some. The sun came out and it warmed up. We had a really beautiful day sailing, I can say that. I know there should be a mark over here somewhere. This is the mark at the far end of the Hampton Bar. The Hampton Bar is a shallow sandbank in the middle of the Hampton Roads Harbor. And we'll turn left here and run about, 200 yards. And then we'll make another left and we'll run back down the other side of it to finish at Fort Monroe. This may look like we're coming right at the guy, but you can't see it on camera. There's a mark just to our left. So as he was coming down and setting his spinnaker, we were turning around the mark, which just was a few feet off our port side. So we weren't really going to hit him, just looked like it. Here we are turning the final mark heading into the finish line. Finish line was right at the beginning of the docks at the Old Point Comfort Marina on Fort Monroe. You can just pick out the race committee standing at the corner of the pier there as they watch the boats finish between there and a green mark, which is to our port side.
She's a little girl full of emotion, with a heart of stone. Her dreams float across the ocean.
After the race, we headed on up to the Old Point Comfort Yacht Club's clubhouse at Fort Monroe and went inside to see what was going on. Here we have all the ladies that have fixed up a bunch of nice food. They had cornbread and grilled cheese sandwiches and a big pot of chili. Had some good food going on.
She wants to play with fire. Come and get it. She wants to play with fire. She wants to play with fire. Come and get it. She wants to play with fire. She's so desperate to cause a commotion.
Now, first place, Black Dog. Look over here, look over here. Come on. There you go. Turn around.
So you can see his stern again.
Actually, he was too far away. He couldn't see it.